In legal services, we have for the legal attorney, for the attorney's fees and audit, I would like to transfer some money into that legal budget, into legal fees for ads, and because we will have to do advertising, and those are all in legal still.
Okay.
How
Where do
much
you
do we
propose to move it from and how much?
Well, we'll move it from the unallocated funds into legal fees,
Okay,
into the budget for ads and newspaper ads and things like that.
how much?
Well, let's see, Billings Gazette for a 1-inch ad runs about $674 per
day?
Jesus.
per ad.
Oh, per, yeah.
And
Per day, per ad.
red lot,
Per word.
For one day?
Yeah.
Is that?
Yeah.
2 days,
Oh, 2 days?
2 weeks, well, Sunday and Wednesday.
It's outrageous.
I know it is, but, you know,
Just put it some
everybody's
on
gotta make
Craigslist
some
or-
money.
Is this for a job or just moving money?
So this is for employment, legal ads, if we have to put an ad in the paper to say, well, the town of Fromberg is requesting bids for audits, things like that. We're gonna have to do that again because so far I haven't gotten any bids for audits. So, and those have to be done.
Well, there's another paper in Billings called the Billings Times that is normally, it is chock full of lawsuits and bankruptcies and legals and bids and audits and
How
contracts.
many people
Billings
look at it?
Times.
The businesses do, the businesses that do asphalt, the businesses that, I mean, you check that out, but I know
Yeah,
they're
we-
much
Well, they've
cheaper.
got a new one too called the Yellowstone Times or something like
Okay.
that. That they just came out with that and they've got things like that too.
But as far as
Spread makes a lot.
employment, like Nate was saying, go to Indeed.com or,
Well, we're
you know.
gonna have to advertise, you know, some city property for sale,
Oh,
you're gonna
okay,
have to
that's
do
different.
employment, we're gonna have to do some legal ads for audits
Okay.
and things like that.
Okay.
So, yeah, look at that.
Do you have an idea of how much you wanna move?
Uh, I would say at least 2,500. But we'll have to vote on that at the regular council meeting too, I just wanted you guys to know,
That it's coming.
that it will be on the agenda.
Was that the only funding that you were looking at?
Mm-hmm, that's all I was looking at for that.
No, we discussed, maybe that's another one.
Yeah, so if you guys are looking at that favorably, then we'll vote on it at the regular meeting.
Yeah.
Okay,
We have to close that meeting now.
yep,
I make a motion, we close the workshop meeting.
Budget transfer.
I'll second.
okay, I have a, motion to adjourn in a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, last and final. Is a, employee policy, and I know that we've had some discussion on that here and there, so, I'm just looking at, I will print out the employee policy for, the council members, put it in your mailbox.
Yeah, I say we look at what we have and then what we need to
Yeah,
have.
and then you guys can kind of go through it, make suggestions, write little ideas or whatever the margins, and see where we're at with that as far as vacation and sick leave, health insurance, things like that. I know we've had some questions about it, so I'll do that.
Yeah, we should have our ducks in a row.
Yes, and then we can discuss it and decide what we're gonna do. It doesn't have to be at, you know, at the very next meeting. We can have another workshop some other time after the October meeting and discuss it.
Are we gonna, hold a meeting to bring, any of these people in to talk to them?
Yes, yes.
Well, how are we gonna do that?
We're going to have to schedule those, see what their, we have to work around their schedules, that's the only thing I can say. But I can give them a call and have them email us a schedule when they're available, and as soon as possible. Or we can ask them to come at a certain time on a certain day and talk to them.
I thought we were looking at having a meeting on Wednesday to discuss the applications that we
Right,
received.
we will, and we're going to have to look through the applications and decide who we want to interview.
Okay, so if we do that Wednesday night, and we look at these applications and decide who you wanna call,
Mm-hmm.
then you set up the times.
I say we set up a time for them to be here. If they want a job, they'll show up.
Yeah,
I
It's not
agree.
at their convenience.
I agree with you.
so,
Or should you guys want to have them all come in on Wednesday?
Does that give you time to post a meeting?
for Wednesday, what day? Like the
Wednesday this week?
the 20th? No, we can't do
Well,
that.
that's what we wanted to
That's gonna
have
be-
last week. We
Yeah,
said
that's gonna
Wednesday
be
this
too
week.
early. For, to give them notice and then come and talk to us.
Well, Friday.
Friday the 21st.
Did I give it time? Is that? Guys don't want to in?
You guys have copies of the applications and the resumes,
Yeah,
so
that's
you
not
can
working
look
either.
through
No,
and make notes and to ask it.
Not
when we
good for you
interview.
then?
No, what about that following Monday, or something, Monday to Tuesday?
The
What day?
24th,
20, was it second, third, somewhere in there?
29th,
I'm looking at
no,
October.
24th or 25th? No,
24th.
28th and 29th, isn't it?
24th is Monday.
I need a larger calendar.
29.
Or stronger glasses.
Actually, the next Monday is the first.
Next month off.
Next Monday's the 24th. 17th.
You're
Let's
right,
put a
next
larger
Monday is the
calendar on the
24th.
agenda.
You drop something.
Next Monday is the 24th.
Is it?
Yeah.
Are you thinking next Monday?
I could do something like that, and at least that way too, cause I imagine trying to bring people in on a Friday too. and
Yeah.
stuff.
No.
I just get-
But if your
That's gonna
application,
be-
if your applicants already have another job, you
They
do have
to give a 2-week notice.
Yeah, and, well, you do have to be a little flexible in that, for them even to meet here,
Mm.
to come to Fromberg to meet.
That's why we're talking evening meetings.
Yeah,
Mhm.
if I could suggest, look over the applications first and see what you think, what rises to the top.
That's what I said.
And then,
Have them just
Yeah.
review the resumes and the applications and then decide who you wanna call in
yeah,
for an interview.
On the 24th.
On the 24th.
Yep.
have you had a lot of applicants?
Got 4 so
Four?
far, I think, yeah.
Local?
Three.
I mean, from
Uh,
the county?
I think 1 local and 3,
I have three here.
yeah.
She's
and
got one more she didn't
I've
get
got one
copied.
that I haven't got copied yet, but I'll bring it and put it in your box tomorrow. It'll be in
Shirley,
your
you may
mailbox.
wanna reach out to rural water too, because I know that they have an email list, and they can send out an email to hundreds
I-
of cities in Montana.
Yeah, and I did put
You know.
ads on that, on rural water before for Public Works.
Public Works, yeah, and you never know, you might find a Public Works, a city clerk in Kalispell that wants to move to eastern Montana, so it's a great way to get somebody to jump right in and run with it, rather than having to train them on how a city runs.
Very true.
Tracy was in Bridger.
Mhm.
Got a little from the building from
Yeah, Tracy, I think she lives in Joliet, doesn't she?
No, Tracy was in
there.
Bridger.
Smith.
Okay.
That was the address she gave there.
I know of her, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's what I'm thinking of, not 100%.
Billings for Roxanne.
So Monday, 24th at 7 or 7:30?
7:30.
Jade and Joliet.
Yeah, Jade Smith is in Joliet. I knew one of them was.
And probably when you look through those, you'll be able to tell what kind of jobs they currently have, so if they can even, they might be a clerk at a gas station, so,
Well, you never know who works
Never
at
know.
gas stations
That's
that are
right.
really
that's right.
efficient and
Yep.
knowledgeable about things.
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, they might make a great city clerk.
Was anybody successful in talking to the fire chief about come in
I
and
have,
talk.
I haven't even talked to him yet, but I will email him or send him a private message tonight when I get home.
Okay.
And, we want him here for the October meeting, right?
Either that or before.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't have to be.
Yeah, I've got that written down, so, I would like to have him at the, October meeting so that we can discuss, and I do want him to, we're going to request that he brings, some,
Anything he's
reports
got
or
on
whatever,
the,
yeah.
the hydrants.
yeah. Well, those hydrants are not mandated by the state to be tested, but they should be tested at least once a year, at least that's what
We're
the,
gonna have to wait on
state
that,
fire
though,
chief says,
'cause I
so.
don't think we can bring this up in this meeting.
No, we
No,
can't.
we can't.
So,
Yeah, him or- if Warren can make it either way, one of the two.
so Monday, 24th, 7:30. And you guys will let me know who you want to interview
I'll
before
review
that.
those
Um,
in the
Say,
next couple days.
let me
Yeah.
know by Friday.
Yep.
Before then, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'll have that policy written out and put in your box, mailboxes, so you can take those home and look at them. They don't have to be.
When will you have those in our boxes?
I'm gonna try and have them in there by at least Wednesday.
Okay.
We'll have to make copies, and I wanna get that new printer set up anyway, cause it's so much faster than the old one. And, get that done.
Okay.
And then, I'll get that, those policies copied and put in your mailboxes by Tuesday or Wednesday. You can look at them, go through them, make your suggestions, and then we'll have another meeting, probably after the October council meeting.
Okay.
And discuss where we wanna go with it, and then we'll look at a resolution to pass those new policy things at the November meeting.
Okay.
When
Does that
you guys
sound
pick
good?
those up before it's closed, grab mine for me.
I was gonna
Yeah,
have
there's
to
no-
grab mine.
I think we're.
Bill will grab.
There's no way back in
Okay,
Make a motion to adjourn.
town. No, second.
okay, we have a motion to adjourn the meeting and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you, meeting is adjourned.
So far, no.
Then I did look, remember when I was looking for my package, it's in here. I called UPS and I was just laying into him and he's like, well, I got a GPS tracker, I know where he dumped it off at. And I was like, well, who signed for it? And he's like, it was a bulk order, they must have screwed up. I was like, oh,
Yep,
okay.
they did.
Yep, so-
It's, I brought it in, it was sitting out there and I brought it in, it's in the hallway.
Perfect, I appreciate it. See, I walked in, well,
Thank you
Jerry
for
seen
bringing
me
us up
rooting
to
around in
meters.
the front, he's like, what are you doing, Steel? And I was like, I know they screwed up again.
Yeah, I totally understand.
So now I don't look quite so
You,
crazy.
but that's a valid point, how can people
Yeah.
afford something like that?
Besides, mine's under my house.
Well, I understand there's even some houses that don't have a meter in town, is what I had learned too, which that's kind
Well, some
of,
of them don't have a meter because the houses have been empty and vacant for years and years and years. They don't
well,
even have utilities
yeah, I
going in
understand
there.
that, but yeah, I think that there's some houses that are still using water that don't have meters.
That could be,
Yeah.
that very well could be.
Yeah.
We just, we just don't know.
Hi, I'm Janet Free.
And Jen, I'm Spencer.
I'm Tim's daughter.
Yes,
Tim
nice to meet
Dunn's
you.
daughter. And I'm the interim town clerk now.
Yeah.
I started today with Brenda, so
Okay.
for the next 5 weeks or so.
Yeah, I'm one of those people